Interesting. Is there, you've mentioned stablecoins a few times as one of the things you're really excited about. And I think Solana has the speed and low fees for things like payments with stablecoins. Like, is there a world where that real breakthrough app that you're referencing has to do with Solana and stablecoins?
Yeah, I mean, that's very possible. I think that one of the things I think the Solana community should do is really lean in hard on winning stablecoin adoption, because that will be very important. And I think right now, some of the infrastructure that's being used is not ideal, in part because it's not decentralized. And we strongly believe that decentralization is important in order for crypto to really live up to its promise. So to whatever extent people build stablecoin products, services, solutions on top of Solana, I think that's a great thing. And I think Solana has the necessary performance and properties to really enable that. And it's exciting to see companies like Stripe, for example, do things on Solana. And I think hopefully we'll see more of that.
Do you have like concrete thoughts on what that looks like though? Because I think Solana's stablecoin growth is in this weird place where the majority of the supply is Circle. Circle has this partnership with Coinbase, which obviously wants to promote Base, or it has a business interest to promote Base.
Yeah.
And so it's not like from Solana's perspective, it's not necessarily ideal that most of your supply is Circle, but also it is a centralized issuer, but that is kind of favored under the new Genius Act and regulatory regime in the US. Tether is maybe not like a great option either for you if you're Solana. So does there have to be some kind of new breakout stablecoin issuer for Solana? Like, what does it concretely look like for you for Solana to win stablecoins?
Yeah. Well, I think one optimistic take is that if we get stablecoin legislation, then that will create a kind of standard for what it means to be a stablecoin issuer, which I think will make it much, much easier for all sorts of players to become stablecoin issuers, and we don't end up with just Tether, USDC, whatever else, like the kind of the small handful of stablecoin issuers that we have now. And if that happens, I think what is also likely is that the standardization of what it means to be an issuer makes it more of a commodity business, because now many more people can become one, so there's more competition. And in order to compete, you kind of have to maybe share some of the profits that come from the yield that you get from all of the capital backing the stablecoin. You have to share that with the ecosystem in order to be competitive. And if that's the case, then like profit margins on becoming an issuer become smaller. That becomes more of a commodity. If there's a likely world in which we do just have lots of issuers, every bank might become an issuer. Many fintech companies might become issuers. Asset managers like BlackRock, et cetera, might become issuers. And I think the goal, like the objective here, is make that happen on Solana. If you want Solana to win, you kind of have to be in that game and in those conversations. And that's not guaranteed, right? Like it could happen elsewhere, but I don't think that the game's over. I don't think that just because Coinbase controls USDC and Tether is like its own thing and it's not currently on Solana, that doesn't mean that the game is lost.
Yeah, you mentioned that like you think a number of smart contract blockchains will all kind of win together. That it's not like a zero sum for you in the future. Are stablecoins that way? Like if a lot of the financial services and the banking sector in the US moves onto stablecoin rails in one way or another, is that going to have to be either on Solana or Base, or can it be on different blockchains?
It's a great question. I think there's lots of uncertainty. Like it's hard to have like a very strong view. I think that back to my earlier point, I think that the base chains have network effects at every level, right? They have network effects at the security level, in that it's like once you become the most secure blockchain, that drives value, and the value that drives encourages more people to participate at the security layer, therefore making it more secure. And so you have this kind of self-reinforcing flywheel. That's a network effect at that layer. There's also a network effect at the kind of developer layer, because once people write their smart contracts for the SVM and they write them in Rust and it's like kind of tailor built for Solana, it's very hard for them to migrate. And then once they do that too, they themselves become a building block that other developers can use. So they're driving value to that ecosystem to the next marginal developer. It's another kind of a network effect. The same thing happens at the application layer, because integrations, like once you kind of are integrated with Solana, it's easier to integrate the next thing on Solana. And then also there's just like a canonical, like traditional network. Like the fact if your friends are on Solana, you're going to want to be on Solana because it's going to be easier to interact with them.
Yeah.
So all of those are strong network effects that I think leads to a winner take most, if not winner take all type of dynamic for base layers, for layer one blockchains. And I think that probably extends to stablecoins. Stablecoins probably won't be the exception. Stablecoins run on base layers. And so then whichever base layer wins will probably also win a lot of the stablecoin activity.